now Jesus' response. Matthew, and he said to them, "Why call you me good?" Mark, and Jesus, not just and he, said to him, "Why call you me good?" Luke, and Jesus said to him, "Why call you me good?" So, all three agree, except for the name Jesus that is placed in 2. And Jesus said to him, "Why call you me good?" Matthew continues, both in italics. There is. Mark is the same, there is. Luke has none is, and the none is actually there, so all three of them have in regular type, none good but one. Matthew, none good but one. None good, and then a comma, save one. But Luke adds is in between none and good. I think I'd rather have only one added word than 2, so I'm going to go the way Luke has it. None is good. And then I'm going to have but one instead of save one, because save has been explained before, but Matthew and Mark both have but one instead of save one. So, all three, none. Now, is all three. It's only in the order of Luke. I'll keep it gray, but still italics. And then all three, good. Matthew and Mark, but. And one is all three, and it's actually capitalized in Luke. So I'll go with that, because he's talking about God the Father. Now comes something else interesting. Matthew and Mark and Luke all have the same 2 added words in italics. That is, and then the same word in all 3, actually written, God. So I could just leave it out and just say, as I have it, why call you me good? None is good but one, God. That seems perfectly fine with me. But for some reason, all 3 of them decided to add, well, not all 3 of them, it's the translators. They decided that it would be more clear to add, that is, meaning who he's talking about, God. Why call you me good? None is good but one, that is God. You know, since all 3 of them have it, I'll just leave it. That is, then God. Luke ends the sentence there. Same with Mark. But Matthew adds, but if you will enter into life, keep the commandments. Mark has that sentence, sort of, but it's a new sentence. You know the commandments. And then he lists them. Luke has, you know the commandments, and then he lists. I think I'm going to have the way Matthew has it, but if you will enter into life, because this is part of his answer still, so it's connected. It's just written as a connected statement in Matthew, so I'm going to do that. But if you will enter into life. And that is just Matthew. I think I'm going to have the period like both Mark and Luke have, and then add this to the next sentence, because more is written in Mark and Luke. He doesn't just say something about the commandments, he actually lists some of them. Do not commit adultery, do not kill, do not steal, do not bear false witness, defraud not, honor your father and mother. And because of that, I'm going to say that that statement is the same as what's stated in Matthew, but it's just shortened in Matthew. So Mark and Luke with the period. Now, from Matthew only, but if you will enter into life. I'm not sure what to do here. In Matthew it says, keep the commandments, and that's it. But Mark and Luke, he lists and says, you know the commandments. So how do you combine you know the commandments with keep the commandments? I could say, keep the commandments you know. But that might make a loophole that you don't have to keep the commandments that you don't know. So if someone has the excuse that they don't know about, well, actually, that might be a very good excuse. If you don't know about God's law, I don't think He would punish you for breaking it. If you legitimately don't know of a certain ban or a certain requirement. Keep the commandments you know. Or you know the commandments to keep. I'd have to add the word to from somewhere. I really want to have both. Jesus is reaffirming, you must keep the commandments, but He's also saying to this man, and it's in Mark and Luke, you already know. Keep the commandments. You know what? I think it's more important to have keep the commandments than to have Jesus stating that you know the commandments. I don't know how to put them both without changing what Jesus is saying, so I'm just going to have keep the commandments. Keep. And the commandments is all three.